I've done over $25 million in online sales with Facebook ads over the last 2.5 years, and I've documented all on this YouTube channel. And through that period of time, I've got a lot of questions and comments about, hey Nick, how'd you get started with Facebook ads? What's your journey? What's your story? Yada, yada, yada. And, I have videos in the past that kind of goes over this, but I thought it was time to make a 2022 updated version. So with that being said, guys, today we'll be diving into a little bit the short story of, my experience with Facebook ads, how I got started and stuff like that. And, why am I credible to even be teaching you guys this type of things right here? So, but yeah, guys, if you don't know who I am, if you're new to the channel and stuff like that, my name is Nick Theriot. Obviously, like I said, I've done over $25 million in online sales with Facebook ads. I don't have anything to sell you guys. I don't do courses or anything like that. My only offer is, hey, if you love the videos, you've been crushing it. I've gotten you to a certain point to where now you need to offload the task of media buying and running ads for your business, then we come on board and we can run that for you in that perspective right there. So with that being said, let's dive into the video. So I've been, I'm 25 years old. If you don't know, if you never knew that, fun fact. And I've been self-employed now since I was 18 years old, so roughly 7 years in that perspective right there. Long story short, I always been entrepreneurial in that perspective right there. And, all the way back to like 2012 running, a gaming YouTube channel, making money, editing people's videos to, roughly around 2000, I think it was like 18, 19, no, 2015. Yeah, 2015 when I started my first business. It was a auto detailing business where we would detail people's cars in that perspective right there. And I did that for, 5 years, from 2015 to 2020. And then 2020 is when I exited and, took off my agency and that side right there. So, but growing that specific business, I fell in love with the growing side of the business and, started up and everything like that. Started spending a couple $100s a month on Facebook ads and taught myself purely just through watching YouTube videos and things like that. And I mean, look, first month one of this business, I spent $500 on Facebook ads, made back $5,000. So 10x ROAS. So it was pretty cool. Purely just local ads in that perspective right there. Nothing else, it wasn't running lead gen or anything like that. I was honestly just running page post engagement purely just to get my name and number out. And I showed off all the vehicles we detail on that side right there. So, but yeah, so absolutely crushed it with Facebook ads and, was able to grow that business to, multi 6 figures in that sense. And, was able to exit that business. My business partner at the time took over that business and I exited at the perfect time. It was 2020, right at the beginning, like January of 2020, exited the business. About 6 months before that is when I started my agency. Okay. So I dibbled and dabbled with a few different types of businesses from like 2019 or throughout 2019. I dabbled with a few different types of businesses that I was running ads for. I remember my first client outside of my detailing business was a used car lot. Basically just got it from a referral, like literally a family friend. Boom, closed them. It's like $500 a month was my first account ever. $500 a month, and we spent $500 on advertising. So roughly $1,000 for that business cost. Client paid all the ads, spent all things like that. I just simply came there and ran the ads. And I remember sending these people $1, $2 leads. But this is when I first realized my lesson number one. With lead gen, if they do not have a solid sales process and they don't know how to close a solid cold lead, they will fail. And this particular client has never had a cold lead before. They were all family, like referrals. They built their business up, a used car lot on referrals, and they crushing it. Okay. We came in, running lead gen for them, and they could not close a single lead. They'd call it once. All right, cool, didn't answer. Boom, throw that lead in the trash. Okay. Modern companies now that we work with that do lead gen, they call and hammer lead for 30 days straight. Okay. And they crush it. All right. So that was first client. My second client was actually another used car lot. But I actually ripped that contract midway because it was just a pain in the ass client to deal with. Okay. At the time, I thought I was the one doing bad, but now I look back, I'm like, no, not at all. And then had like a construction business, did that for like a month as well. I was actually crushing it for that construction business. And then one time, we didn't run. It wasn't that we didn't run an ad, is that the person just didn't quite understand how we were running things. This was a lack of communication on my side, even though they were crushing it. and they went in and deleted a campaign completely because they were trying to edit an ad and they got frustrated and deleted it. So I just walked away from that deal as soon as they started doing shit like that. So, but yeah, so a lot of learning lessons here, learning lessons. So that's the key thing right here. Throughout this whole journey, I've been consistently looking at how can I learn from each deal and do not make the same mistake again. Okay. Learn from each deal, what went right, what went wrong, how can I improve myself, yada, 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 and kept improving. And during this time, I was in courses like, the DMM by Jeremy Haynes, the FATC by Kat Howell. I was taking specific courses around this and consuming a lot of YouTube videos. So YouTube videos, FATC by Kat Howell, DMM by Jeremy Haynes, and just a lot of applying and consistently learning is the biggest thing. And also too, I was getting clients purely just through like email and, just blasting out like case studies and things like that. So, and a lot of referrals too, as well. Just people know people, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Move forward another few months. And, I actually went through like a 3 or 4 month period of time where I didn't work with anyone. Okay. And, I did a consulting deal. So like these were all like $500 a month clients and lost everything. I did a consulting deal for $1,500. And that's when I realized something, okay? Because these smaller clients that were paying like $5 a month, local business clients, they were a pain in the asses to work with, okay? And super needy, all the stuff like that, all right? And also the results, they weren't getting as good of results, okay? Then I get a lead gen client and I charge them $1,500 a month. And we worked along the course of 3 months. But it was a consulting deal, okay? And a consulting deal is different because I'm just doing a 1-hour call a week and telling them what to do. Whereas, my other clients, I was on full service. I was working a lot. Like that first client, I was working, 20 hours a week. So that's 40 hours a month for $500 a month. So I was roughly getting like $10 an hour. And that's before tax as well. So just to give you an idea. All right. This other client, though, $1,500 a month, worked together for 3 months, just purely consulting with them. And I was able to help them reduce their cost per acquisition, I think roughly 10 to 20%. And that's not much, but when you look at how much they're spending a couple $100,000 a month. So if I just make if I cut down their advertising by 20%, because we've been able to give them a better cost per acquisition, that's roughly saving them $10 to $15 to $20,000 a month in ad spend. Just pay me $1,500 a month, okay? And I was just basically applying a lot of things I've learned in like FATC by Kat Howell, which is more of a Facebook ads tactics course, and then DMM by Jeremy Haynes, that's more of like a business owner course. So just to give you guys the mindset difference, okay? So I was using a lot of help from the FATC by Kat Howell to make sure that this client was crushing it in that sense right there. So go on, work with that client for about 3 months, and then it ended because the job was done. Consulting deals are usually shorter because you're just simply skill transfer and knowledge transfer into that person to the point where they can eventually go on their own. Whereas, done for you service is more of an indefinite deal unless you can't provide for them in that sense right there. So September, not September, it was like January. So this all started in like 2018, not 2019. So 2018, this happens throughout 2018. End of 2018, I closed 2 new clients, both info product clients. And same thing, we crushed it on the Facebook ad side, but the offer wasn't there. Okay. And I didn't know anything about building an offer. I was just simply young, hungry, and if anyone shot me over and wanted to work with me, as long as they had an offer and something to sell, I was running Facebook ads for it. Okay. And that's where I made one of my learning mistakes, because just because you have something to sell does not mean it will sell. And all of these clients I was working with, they didn't have a proven offering. And that's why we've switched over to only working with clients that are doing 50 to 100K a month for revenue or more. And also too, they have been hitting that number consistently for a few months. So I know they have consistent revenues at that point. It's not just a quick little like product that's trendy and it's gonna crush right now, but that's it. Okay. So work with 2 info product clients. One, I can't really say his name, but one guy in the Amazon automation, and then another girl in the real estate courses. Okay. Both really cool, amazing people, worked for a few months. But the problem was, hey, Nick, I just built this offer. I haven't tested or anything like that. Can we start pushing some ads to it? And that's it. So that was mistake number one, because there was no proven credibility with that offer right there. Okay. Now, go work with those clients, and then obviously those deals die out mid 2019, and go another like 3 or 4 months, no clients. And then September of 2019, specifically September 18th of 2019 happens. Okay. And what's cool about September 18th of 2019 is that I closed my first client. All right. Not just first client, my first high ticket client. So these are all clients paying me anywhere from $500, $1,500, and $1,000 a month. Okay. So I eventually got to a point where I'm like, all right, I was questioning whether my skill set was the lack of these deals falling. I was questioning whether it was the right type of clients. So my new idea that I was pushing was, all right, I'm gonna charge extremely high ticket, so that way I can afford a really amazing person to run the ads. And then from there, I can, just profit on the back end. All right. So September 18th of 2019 happens. And what it basically is I get an email. All right. Get an email. Hey, Nick, I saw some of your YouTube videos. And this time I had 3 YouTube videos on this channel around Facebook ads specifically. Okay. Have these 3 videos, and one of them is like fucking bid cap. I had like 300 views. Okay. Teaching people how to set up a bid cap. All right. Something I do not even do anymore at all. All right. And get this email and said, hey, Nick, saw your videos. I'm currently spending $30,000 a month. Could we hop on a call and just see if there's any way you can help us out? Okay. Hop on this call. They send us at like 11 o'clock at night. I shoot it back an email at 7 o'clock in the morning. We get on a call at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay. And we get on this call. It's a women's clothing brand. Or it was actually a women's jewelry brand at the time, but they were just introducing clothing into the market. And it was e-commerce brand that spent $30,000 with like $25,000 in return. Okay. Very, very new business and stuff like that. But they had money. They had a financial investment they could put into this business. Okay. And it was an e-commerce business. I've never worked with an e-commerce business at this time. All right. We jump into this e-com business kind of future pacing a little bit. So we, when I say we, just me. So get on a call with them at 10 a.m. and the sales process was completely different. Okay. Again, this is the first lead I've gotten from YouTube. Okay. So they come on board and they're just like, hey, Nick, love all your stuff. Like, can we work together? I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, there was no me selling the client. The client was selling them to me, selling themselves to me, which is where you want to be at in any sales process. Okay. So basically, we have that call, get to know a little bit about the business, get to know a little bit about, what they are, things like that, where they want to go. And then they, kind of talked a little bit about what I do, and I had no results to flex at all. Okay. That's also something else I just want to key right here. Like, yeah, I've worked with a few clients, a variety of different niches. That's it. That's basically all I said. Spent a couple $100,000 with Facebook ads, and not a couple $100,000. I think I said something roughly like, I've spent close to 6 figures with Facebook ads, which close to 6 figures ain't shit. I spend that on my smallest accounts. I'll be spending close to 6 figures in a month. Okay. So looking at that call, we had that call like 10 a.m. And then like 3 p.m., I get an email back saying, hey, we want to move forward. And I pitched them $5,000 a month with the goal of finding a media buyer for $2,500 a month. And I take $2,500 on my profit, and that's it. I ended up getting that deal, got into the account and everything like that. And literally just watching some videos from a guy named Sebastian. I don't know if it's Sebastian or, I forgot who his name was. And I just kind of rearranged their ad account specifically with some of their top ads. And that's it. Literally took them overnight from like a 0.8 ROAS to a 3x ROAS. And we ended up scaling that business over the next 90 days to hitting their first 100K. We spent $30,000 over 90 days, made them back $100,000 in ads. Just purely crush it for me. They're paying me $5K a month and stuff like that. I took over the deal for 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, I brought in a media buyer to run the ads for me. And that media buyer I got from the FATC by Kat Howell, just another person in the group. I was just like, hey, boom, let's share it. And we ended up just doing a 50-50 split of the contract. I definitely wouldn't recommend that. But at the time, look, hey, it was 50-50 over a 5K deal, or me take the 5K deal at all, or just by myself, but get burnt out immediately on that deal because I didn't really know what I was doing. And working with that media buyer for a lot of experience gave me a lot of experience as well right out the gate, because I was kind of like, hey, media buyer, I'm learning from you, but I'm also getting good results for the client, and I'm also getting this media buyer job in that perspective right there. So we crush it with that brand. We go for about, that was September. December, I closed my second e-com client, which is a metal science brand. This particular guy came from a local deal. Someone I know local gave me the deal, closed my 5K, and then we helped that client crush it over the next few months. So that's basically how it kicked off. And then through from September of 2019 all the way to, today's August 28th on a Sunday. We're almost 3 years in now that I've gone all in with the agency, because September 2019, still doing the detailing business, and then January of 2020, only 3 months later, I exited that business completely. So we're all in with my agency, no other income streams, just purely agency revenue. And at the time, that's also when I started doing the YouTube content as well. Now, if you don't know about the YouTube content is what gets me clients from my agency. I provide guys amazing knowledge, amazing value here, to where, I can basically, hey, I'm giving you all of this that people put in courses, because my goal is I want to help you guys all grow and crush it, to where eventually you're at a point now where like, hey, Nick helped me go from $10,000 a month to $100K a month, but now I'm too busy with the business. I need to hand it to a marketing team, and that's where me and my team come and play. Okay, so that's my goal. I mean, I know it's an evil plan. It's so horrendous. All right, you get free content, and I'm taking advantage of you because at $100K a month we're coming in. I know it's terrible, but that's the deal. Okay, and we start picking up a few clients and more e-commerce clients, and I really started making my name for myself in the e-commerce side. We started getting some really cool case studies and things like that. And I've worked with a lot of different businesses, all in the e-commerce space, app clients as well, lead gen clients and things like that. And I do have to say that there is a 50-50 to each deal. Okay, there's been some deals that I've had to refund 4 deals. Since 2018, I first started working with a few clients all the way up to 2022. Over 4 years, has refunded about 4 deals. Okay, 4 deals. Out of those 4, only 1 deal was purely due to the lack of my experience and knowledge at the time, which was I think like mid 2020. And this is where I had my first. So we started getting these e-com clients. We start crushing it for them. And what happens next is, I'm starting to realize that our ad, because I was purely focused on just the ad account structure. And that's why I put so much emphasis in, like, you got to fix this shit if you just focused on ad account structure, because I focused purely on that and got burned every time. And I was just burning wheels all of 2020 because I was just focused on ad account structure. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And it wasn't until I repivoted my thoughts, and we're spending roughly, 2020, we're spending roughly, $50K to $100K a month at most on ad spend between 2-3 clients all of 2020. 2021 specifically, we started spending roughly around $250,000 to $500,000 a month. And then 2022, we've been spending $750,000 to $1 million a month in ad spend, with Facebook ads specifically. So started spending a lot of money. But I learned with every deal. Again, those 4 clients we had to refund, only 1 was purely due to lack of knowledge and experience. The other 3 were bad offers that we picked up. Okay, a lot of these bad offers were, hey, came from YouTube, and it was like a product some drop shipper found. They were successful with it for only 30 days, and that's it. And then they had other issues and things like that. I can go deeper into another video if you guys want to know, like how to really validate a product for an offering for a longer period of time. But I've had like offers where it's like, we're selling hoodies in going into the summer. It's just like, that's a bad offer right there. All right, with no other ways to expand on revenue. So things like that. But I know I'm kind of jumping ship here, but basically what happens from 2020 to what you see today, 2020 June or August 28th, is that you see me consistently keep uploading YouTube videos. I keep getting deals from YouTube specifically, and I'm constantly just investing in myself. Mentors, really just a lot of mentors. The Facebook ad leaks by Tim Bird helped me out for a period of time. I don't recommend joining now because honestly, what you see in ad leaks now is you can see the same stuff but 10 times better on Twitter for free, and ad leaks is like $100 a month. And then I have like 2 mentors that I pay one $1,500 a month and one $1,000 a month. So roughly $2,500 a month I spend on a monthly basis now, just between those two mentors. And then obviously other like just random things that pop up. I'll see like maybe, something I'm looking at right now is like Geek Out by Nick Theriot in Nashville, which is like a $3,000 investment or something like that. So like there's other things I'm looking at investing in myself to build better knowledge. But also I can do that now. But during this period of time, it's just being Facebook groups, YouTube, Twitter, reading a lot of books and stuff like that, and realizing over this period of time that offer, creative, and copy, the only things I can control, because even with the most crazy and the best ad account structures, I would crush it for one account, it wouldn't crush it for the next account. And I realized that it's not the Facebook ads tool, like the tool, it's very simple to keep the Facebook ads tool very simple. And then from there, if you focus on what you control, you can see your biggest impact in performance, the amount you can spend, all that good stuff right there. So that's super, super key. And that's where we start leveraging a lot of our time. Now, going into the team side, as this goes, mid 2020, I fire my media buyer. So I was down to literally no one. Because one, I built up enough knowledge, and I started realizing like what she was doing was just like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'm taking over now. And that was the goal. I wanted to take over because I knew what I wanted to grow into. And towards the end of 2020, I get a huge rush of clients, like 5, 6 clients. Our whole roster is like 7 clients at this time period of time. And I bring on a buddy of mine who is still working the agency now, and he hired him as a media buyer, taught him everything, and boom, he helped me crush it. He's still working still to this day with me, and he's actually local. He's the only local person that works with me. And I brought in a copywriter as well to help me out with just creative requests, copywriting, all that good stuff like that. And we crashed and burned in 2020 of like November and December, because we started to expand our team. And as we expanded our team and our client portfolio, our systems is what lacked. And that's the next biggest thing. Your systems will burn if you don't have those not dialed in. So all of 2021, it started to become a same thing. We'd scale up, burn, to where towards the end of 2021, I really got to lock in on my systems. And at the end of 2021, I had a media buyer, or two media buyers, a copywriter, a strategist. So I had a team of 4 people specifically. Oh, and a visual creator, so 5 people. And then end of 2020, or end of 2021, we also scaled up to 15 clients, with all of them paying me anywhere from $2,500 a month to $5,000 a month. Okay, so crushing it. And then going into January of 2022, again, we kind of burned a little bit towards the end of December because, again, our systems. So all of 2022 has been really refining and building those systems. And we also rebuilt the vision for the agency. My original vision for the agency, I wanted a large, large agency with hundreds of clients. But then I shifted to 10 client limit. So we do not take on more than 10 clients at a time. If I want to take on more than 10 clients at a time, like say, for example, we have 10 and I want to take on a client, I will fire another client to take on a better deal. Okay. I'm very ruthless like that, because the happiness of your clients, and if you're working with 9 clients that are amazing, great people to talk to, yada, 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 and you have that one client that's just a pain in the ass, it's better just to fire that client and put in another person that can be a better person, because it's going to dictate the success of your team, the success of your other clients, and all that good stuff like that tremendously. So it's very important. So beginning of 2022, we jacked up our prices higher. Roughly now we could charge $7,500 a month just to run your ads, $5,000 just for consulting, and then we also charge a rev share now on our done for you service. So fired clients, got down to 10 clients. And then now I just have a visual creator, copywriter, and a media buyer, and I'm more of just a strategist. And we guys, we're locked in, and we're improving on a monthly basis in that sense right there, but we're in a tremendously better shape than we were 2 years ago. So, and I really want to educate you guys on these crash and burns, because every lesson is something to learn. And my biggest thing from all of this is get your fulfillment down, crush it on that side, on the fulfillment side. Really get that dialed into systems of process and stuff like that. And then secondly, just, really hit a sales channel hard to acquire new clients. If you are an agency owner, if you're, running a business yourself, then still just get your fulfillment locked down, and really focusing on all your efforts on marketing and advertising your business. So yeah, guys, hopefully this was kind of like I know it's still like a 30-minute long video, but at least digging into just my story and everything like that. Listen to this in the background, which is kind of a little late to say, but I really appreciate you guys watching this video if you did make it to the end. Sorry my voice is all fucked up. It's just a little sick right now. I got 5 videos to record, so this is gonna be fun. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, guys, again, my name is Nick Theriot. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.